This video contains audio description for the visually impaired. Video starts with a cream-colored background. Brown text appears and reads, Sightless Living. All content copyright symbol, 2022-2023, Sightless Living. All rights reserved. Then disappears.
Hello everyone, Anita here from Sightless Living. Today I would like to show you my rubber band hack. Usually every day I have a water bottle with me, and sometimes I'll reach or do something and knock it over, and then it will roll and fall off the table. Then I have to go wash it off again, sit it back down. So I came up with this. I got some large rubber bands here, and I just take the bottle, put the rubber band over it, and I just put it on there sloppily in no particular order. So I got it on the bottle, and I make sure it's spread out, and then when I knock it over, it usually doesn't roll on the floor. So I'll knock it over, and it just sits there. Sometimes I'll have to play with it for a while, so I'll take it, lay it down on the table, and I'll roll it and see how far it rolls. It doesn't roll very far, so then I know I'm good. And I just sit on the table and keep doing what I'm doing. And I have some other things here. I have a bottle of hairspray. Sometimes when I'm doing my hair, I'll be carrying items, and sometimes your arms are spread out and your elbow may bump into something and it falls on the floor, and usually it just falls close to me. I can just listen to where it falls, bend down and pick it up. I'm no longer on my knees searching for it. It rolled under the dresser, or it rolled under the bed, or it rolled down the hallway, and I'm looking for it here and it's way over there. I don't have to go through that anymore. So I found this really handy. I've been using this for years, this method. Here's a jar for the hair, and same thing. This is almost empty, but still, it doesn't roll much. Sometimes when you put the rubber band on the jar and you try to roll it, it rolls in a circle. Sometimes you need more than one rubber band. This jar has 2 on there, and I just put them on there in no particular order. I twist them around and throw them on the jar, so that stops it from rolling. And then I have some lipstick here. Now most of my lipsticks have a tag on it, but there have been times where I take off my lid and I'm putting the lipstick on, and somebody will bump me, or I'll run into something, and then my cap falls on the ground and I gotta look for it, and I'm like, oh gosh. So even putting a rubber band on the cap, if you drop it, it won't roll far. I'm just dropping the cap and testing the roll. Lastly, I have a bracelet. It's in the bag. I'm opening the bag. I'm going to take it out. I also keep a pin in there with a rubber band. Let me unpin it and take that out first. So I leave that sitting here. I'll pour the bracelet out. This is a chain kind of bracelet with charms hanging off of it. The charms are circles, and it has a loop on one end and a lobster claw clasp on the other end. I'm showing it to those of you who could see, and I'm also trying to make sure the rings are hanging straight and not twisted. If you have a bracelet that has an outside and an inside, you want to make sure your outside is laying face down on your flat surface. It could be a table or a bed. I recommend you use a flat surface rather than trying to do it in the air and trying to feed it on your arm, because you may drop it and then you're starting from the beginning. What I'm going to do is lay it on the table. I have the lobster claw away from me and the loop next to me. And I'm going to take my rubber band that's on the pin that I keep in there and take it off. Now this is a skinny rubber band. You want to get a rubber band that's thin enough to go through your loop. The loop is what the lobster clasp claw will lock into. Some bracelets have the straight rectangular clasp that you would lock into. So you have to look at your piece and see how you want to do it. See which rubber band will be suitable. So I'm taking this rubber band, I flattened it so I have two sides, and I'm feeding it through the loop, which I have done. Now I'm going to fold it in half. I have both ends hanging on my finger. I am going to take the pin, the safety pin here, and put it through the rubber band so I can pin it to my sweater here. Now some people would maybe like to use their teeth to grasp and hold the rubber band or elastic band, if you will, and just make sure that's clean. Wash it with soap and water and really lather it up and make sure it's clean and rinse it well before you use it that way. But instead of using my teeth, I am going to just pin it to my sweater like I've done here. I have the bracelet laying out straight, and I have the lobster clasp. This one's twisted. There we go. And I'm going to take the lobster clasp and hold it in my right hand. I am going to use my left hand to put the bracelet on. So I'm going to drape it over my wrist and come under. I am going to open the clasp first. So I have my index finger holding it open, and I have my thumb around the bottom part. Let me show you that. That's the lobster clasp. And I'm going to bring it over and under. And then I'm going to find the ring I'm supposed to clip into, which is here. So I try to figure out where it's going to be. Then I open my lobster claw. I try to grab the loop. Now this is easier for sighted people because they can see the loop. But me, I have to pull the sleeve up. And then I'm going to open the lobster clasp again. And I'll have to keep opening it, which is what most people may have to do. And then I'm just trying to find the circle. And I just open and close it until I grasp something. And I just grab and let it go. It clips on. And I feel for it, and I got the loop. Let me make sure. Yes, I got the loop. Now it is easier putting a rubber band in your teeth, but I don't like to do that. So now I unpin the safety pin from my sweater, and I get the safety pin out of the rubber band. And when you're doing that, be careful that you go the stick way and not the head way, where it can get twisted up in the head of the pin. That could break your rubber band, or it could even be a hard task to get the rubber band out. Then I grab the rubber band and I just feed it through the loop, and it's out. Then I'll just take the rubber band, twist it around. So I have two pieces of the rubber band, like two little circles, and I'll stick it back on my pin because I keep it together. This rubber band works perfectly with the bracelet, so I don't want to lose it, so I keep them together. And the bracelet's on, and I'm shaking it, and all the charms seem to be hanging down. So now I've been turning the bracelet. I found the lobster claw clasp, and I'm going to take the stick, which sticks off of it like the lever, and I'm going to slide it open. It opens the clasp, and then I just jiggle it till it falls off. So now the bracelet's off. So the more you do that, the quicker it will become, and you can do your bracelet or your jewelry yourself. I also do my necklaces like that. You'll put the necklace around your neck. You'll make sure the clasp is in the front of you, and then you can hold the rubber band on one edge. Sometimes I've even hooked it on like a dresser drawer pull because I was sitting down by the dresser, and I just hooked the rubber band onto that, and I was able to take my hand, well, since I had both hands free, I was able to hold the necklace in one hand and clasp it with the other. That's how you can handle putting on jewelry, and the same thing with your necklace. So this is like a real skinny rubber band that has wide access. You don't want to get a fat, thick rubber band because it's not going to go through. But I like rubber bands because they're stretchy. And even if you have to take the rubber band, what I did is just feed it through the loop again. And I'm going to pull it to show sighted folks. You can like pull it, which will stretch it up to your mouth. You don't want to break the rubber band or break your jewelry. So you can also feed it through like that, but that may tighten it. Then you'll be there a while trying to get it out. But it's a very good trick that I came across in my younger years when I was sighted, and I still used it because I never had anyone around to help me with my jewelry. So I did it myself. And now that I'm blind, I really use it. But you don't have to be blind, like I said. So you'll come up with different tips and tricks for yourself. So I'm going to put it back in the bag. And if you have any helpful hints you'd like to share with the channel, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. This is handy. I just thought I'd show it to you. So thanks for joining me today.
You may also visit the website, www.sightlessliving.com.
If you like informational videos like this one, please click the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you won't miss any more tips and hacks.
Anita of Sightless Living is wearing a long sleeve, solid olive green turtleneck sweater, gold dangling earrings, black headband, hair in a ponytail, foundation, blush, and eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick done in dark green color.
Bye.
Anita waves goodbye. Scene now changes to a cream-colored background. Rolling credits appear in brown-colored text scrolling upward from the bottom of the screen. Text reads, Anita, hostess/visionary, Mountaineer Videography, TM symbol, videographer/editor. The rest of the text may be read in the description box below. Thanks for watching.